This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, fine. So yesterday we completed this, but we didn't simulated this. So let's simulate this. I'm just clicking on this build and say APK to my computer. You can use this provide QR code also, so that it can download the application file through this barcode, which is generated from here. So it is downloading to my PC.
Sir, send the yesterday and before yesterday recorded videos, sir, link.
Already we uploaded those videos in the drive, sir. You
Okay,
can
sir.
refer the drive. Is my mobile screen is visible now? Yes, I think it is visible now. Yes. So I'll show you. This file is downloaded now. I'll just copy this. So it is not showing anything. Let's install that in our in my phone. Okay. I'm just installing it to my phone, copying it to my phone. This is the HTC FTP3. So let us go for this. Yes, I think it is. No, my screen is visible now. My mobile screen. So let us go to files. This is our application, and our application name that I gave is Corona @ Just installing. See here, I'm turning on my Bluetooth, turning off my Bluetooth. See here, it is closing. Where is closing? So, so it is closing. So let us turn on this Bluetooth. Let's see what happens. So if I'm turning on Bluetooth, means it is working. It is showing me continuous alerts. So there are some flaws in our app. Let's rectify them. If I'm clicking on this continuous OK, it is so the problem with this alerts is when I'm using this Bluetooth, means it is continuously generating notifications. So I don't want that. So let us edit something somewhat in our application. See here, without turning on my Bluetooth, my application is automatically closing. So the problem here occurs is, see here in screen one initialize, if and then and if and then. So these two loops are repeating. These two conditions are satisfying. I mean, these two conditions are executing. So I don't want that. So let's do one thing. If the condition is satisfied, then it's okay. If it is not satisfied, I will go for else loop. That's why I'm creating an else here. Explain block else, and in else I'm using all these blocks. I don't want this not connected. So if else means if it is not connected, right? I'm deleting. Remaining stuff. Am I clear? So what is happening here is if this loop is satisfied, if this condition is satisfied, then it's okay. If it's not satisfied, it will enter into else loop. But we are creating two if loops here. The two if loops are now executing. So there is no else condition here. That's why I'm created an else condition here for not turned on. Let us check whether it is working or not. So just build this. So then we'll rectify this. No, there are errors with notification, right? I'm closing this one. So this is the HTTP4. Just copy this in here. Let's install this. Super files. I'll just turn off my Bluetooth. Let us check whether it is working or not. It's asking. Okay. Still, again, it is closing. Turn on. It is continuously showing me alerts. Let's delete the alerts first. So the alerts. So when list picker after picking, we don't have alerts right here. So where we created these alerts? I think in clock. So where is the clock here? See here, I'm created some notifications here. I'm just deleting them because I don't want this notification. So in the place of notifications, let us do one thing. Let us change the color if device is connected. Okay, and I'm changing the color. If device is connected and device is not connected, if device is connected, I'm displaying that So duplicate. The device is connected. I'm displaying that the device is connected in label. So let us change the color to green. Let it be green. If it is not connected, I'll show you that color in red. So the string is device connected, and here the device is not connected. Am I clear with this? If you have any queries, you can ask me. So we didn't resolve this Bluetooth turned on condition. I'll just resolving this whether the device is connected or not yet connected. We are getting a lot of notifications, so it is not stable. That's why I'm making it stable. Just I'm printing whether the device is connected or not connected status in label only. I'm not printing that status in any notification because it is unstable. It creating some unstable messages. So that I don't want that to be happen. That's why I just changed the label color and label text. Whether the device is connected, the label text will be changed to device connected. If the device is not connected, the label text is changed to device not connected. And we do have another problem with this. Like when screen initializes, there's a problem we're facing here, right? So it's a problem if and then if the Bluetooth client is turned on, I'm displaying the Bluetooth is turned on, and if not, setting an action here. Bluetooth, and the action is client on. Sorry. Yeah. See here, we do have a spelling mistake here. So A N D R D R O I D, but I wrote here is yes, Android. So let us copy this. I'll paste this in chat box. So A N D R O I D Bluetooth dot adapter dot action request enable. Am I clear up to this? Still you have any queries? You stuck at anywhere? Please do respond so that I'll explain you again. So what I did is I just have a spelling mistake here. That's why it is automatically closing. So this loop is not executing there. Am I clear? Yes. So let us see. Let us see whether it is working or not. Let us build this. So warnings, it's okay. I think warning is because of we are not closing every loop here. Warnings is okay. If you are getting any errors, please resolve that. If you have any errors, please let me know. Warnings is okay. It doesn't affect. So again, I'll copy this app into a mobile. Copy. HTC5 app, and let us install this. Is my voice is now audible? Is my voice is audible now? Yes, fine. So let me show you how it is working. Okay, is my voice is now audible? Yes, fine. So sorry for the inconvenience. Let us continue this. I'll just copy that application into my mobile. I didn't install it. Let us install this in files. So this is the app that. So I'm turning on my Bluetooth, turning off my Bluetooth. Still installing. Okay, my Bluetooth is turned up. Just open this. Yeah. See here, it is asking me to turn on my Bluetooth. If I cancel this activity, means that the app is automatically closing. So let us open again. Again, it is asking me to turn on my Bluetooth. Let us click on allow. So turning on Bluetooth, it is showing me a notification. This notification is created by Java. We are not creating any notifications by MIT App Inventor. Am I clear? So click on these Bluetooth devices. These are the available devices that are available for me to connect. So these are the available devices. So you can connect anything, any device by using this. So let us go for hardware thing. Am I clear up to this? So it is showing me that device is not connected here. Am I clear? Please do respond. Yes. What about others? Am I clear? Just make it extra. Yes. Yes. Am I clear now? Shall I proceed for further? Let me open my camera. So see here, I do have an Bluetooth module here. I'll just connect this Bluetooth app to my Arduino and let us program this. And meanwhile, please do write a program for device controlling these devices like fan, light, AC, and TV. I already shown you the shown you that the string that I'm sending through this app. So we need to compare these strings like fan on. If I'm getting fan on string means need to turn on a device, an LED or a fan. If I'm getting fan off means we need to turn off that fan. So please write an Arduino program for that. So meanwhile I'll connect this Bluetooth to my mobile. So to my Arduino board. Am I clear? Please write a program for this. Like if user is sending fan on through the serial monitor, I should turn on a fan. If he is sending fan off, no, he has to turn off the fan. So like that, please write a program for that. The instructions are here like fan on for turning on fan, fan off for turning off fan, AC off for turning off AC, AC on for turning on AC. Am I clear? So meanwhile, I'll connect this. Now you can interface. I think the question is, sir, could we interface with any Bluetooth devices like other mobiles? Yeah, you can interface to any other mobiles, but the app should be there. Like we are creating this app for Android only. If you are using any iOS mobile or Windows mobile, different apps, we need to create a different app for that. Am I clear? Okay, sir. So meanwhile, please do write a program for this Arduino, so that if user is sending fan on means it turn on a fan or any device which is connected to any other terminal, any pin in digital, any digital pin in Arduino. Am I clear? Please do write a program for that. So meanwhile, I'll connect. I'll show you the connections with this Bluetooth module and our Arduino. So see here, our Bluetooth module contains 4 terminals. I'll show you in images. Yeah, it's better. So same module that I'm using here. And imaging okay. Yes. See here, is it visible to you? So it contains 6 terminals here. So enable VCC, ground, RXD and TXD. So I'm connecting VCC and ground to my Bluetooth module to Arduino VCC and ground. So see here, we do have. So I'm connecting this 5 volts and ground. So there are 5 volts and ground. So I connected 5 volts and ground of Bluetooth module to the 5 volts and ground of Arduino power pins. Here I am connected to the power pins. I think it is clear now. Yes. So let us connect some LEDs to our Arduino. I'm just connecting some LEDs. So I'm connecting this 4 LEDs. I'm connecting 4 LEDs here. So I'm taking a common ground here. In the place of other devices, I'm connecting these LEDs. So if you are controlling LEDs means we can program, we can control any AC appliances also. So totally I connected 4 LEDs here with some resistors. I'm connecting some resistors here. So meanwhile, please write a program for that. For controlling 4 devices, we do have a fan, AC, TV, and light, and also the last thing we do have. So we have fan, AC, fridge, fan, AC, light, and TV. So write a program for 4 devices. So I'm connecting 4 LEDs here. I think it is visible to you with 4 resistors. And I'm making it common wire here for ground. So from ground line, I'm taking common ground here. They connected to common ground here. Am I clear with the connections? Yes. So I just connected 4 LEDs in the place of AC devices and with 4 resistors here. And now we'll connect all these 4 devices to our Arduino. I'm just connecting them. 2, 3, and 4. I connected these 4 devices to digital 2, digital 3, digital 4, and digital 5. I connected these 4 devices to digital 2, digital 3, digital 4, and digital 5. So total 5 devices. When we need to connect this Bluetooth module also, I connected positive 5 volts and ground. So let us give a supply to this. So see here, the Bluetooth is blinking. So blinking means it is not it is not connected to any device. Is my screen is visible? Please do respond. See here, it is blinking. That's fine. Can anyone have anyone written the program for this, like for controlling this TV and all? I just connected some LEDs in the place of these devices. So can anyone written the program for this? Write the program for this. I'm just uploading a blank code into this so that you can understand it better. Can anyone please send me the code for controlling all the devices, Arduino code? I'm just uploading a The board is from port 3 Arduino. Just uploading it. So can anyone written the program, write the program? Please do respond. If anyone write the code means please send it to me so that I'll upload that code. I connected these LEDs to digital 2, digital 3, digital 4 and digital 5. Please send it to this chat box. Please send it in chat box. So I uploaded a blank code into this so that all LEDs are in off condition. Yes. So the Bluetooth here is blinking. That means it is not connected. So if anyone can anyone send me the code? Okay, yes, is my voice is audible? Please do respond. If no one, I'll create I'll write a program for that. If you wrote that, please send it to please send it me in chat box so that I can copy it and upload it to our Arduino board. Please paste it in chat box. If you don't, please do respond so that I'll write a program for this. If no one did this, so I think no one is responding. Just writing the code. So I'm connected this fan to digital 2, and I connected this AC to digital 3. And I connected this TV to digital 4. And what is the TV? This TV. What is the device that we left? What is the other device that we left? We do program 4 devices, right? So like we deleted something here. Okay. That's the warning. See, someone asked me if the warning is okay. I deleted something here. So light off means need to turn off. So we do the third device is light LIGHT, light which is connected to digital 5. So for reading some information from the user, I'm defining string is str or okay, whatever it is str. So pin mode. Comma, it is an output device. Pin mode. TV, it is also an output. Other pin is light. It is also called it's also an output. And another pin mode. TV is also output. So we are using here is serial communication. That's why I'm initializing serial monitor. So serial begin the baud rate of 9600. Am I clear up
Sir,
to this?
TV, it has been mentioned twice, sir. TV mentioned it as twice.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. So thank you, sir. So you forgot this AC. Yes. So am I clear up to this? Yes, please do respond. Am I clear? Yes, fine. So the first condition, if you may use the serial dot VAL LABL available is greater than 0, so that I'm receiving some data. So I just want to read that data. Str equals to serial dot read string. I want to compare the strings. If so, str equals to the first string is we are here is fan on. So if the string is fan on, what is the operation that I have to do? What is the operation? So it is digital, right? Fan comma 1. I'm turning on the fan. So likewise, if the string is fan off, I'm turning off this fan. You need to write. You can use switch cases also. So if I'm receiving light on, I need to turn on this light. Otherwise, if I'm receiving light off, I need to turn off this light, 0. So if I'm receiving, see here we are. I'm showing you how these devices are working with LEDs. I'm just turning on the LEDs in the place of these devices, so that you can connect these devices through relays. So if I'm getting AC off, you need to turn off this AC. AC which is equals to 0. I'm getting string. If I'm getting the string which is TV on, should turn on TV. The same for TV off also. If I'm getting TV off means need to turn off this TV. TV equals to 0. So if I'm getting the string which is called the string is here I'm getting main off, means what I have to do? What is the operation for this main off? Please do respond. What is the operation for this main off? Yeah, output. What is the output? So if I'm sending the main of means the Arduino is receiving main of string. What Arduino should do? Whether it is to turn on all the devices or it should turn off all the devices. So if the Arduino is receiving the main of means, yeah. So we need to turn off all the devices. So I'm making this fan 0 and digital write digital write. So I'm making fan off and also AC which is also 0. Need to turn off all the devices. Control B. So I'm just turning off AC and then TV and then light. Am I clear? Yes. So let us compile this. So compile, yes, it is compiled. Let us upload this. See here, before uploading, I didn't connect these RX and TX pins to my Arduino. So, if when you are uploading any code, we need to keep this 0 and 1 pins, which is not connected to any terminals, because by these pins also you can program. These are the RX TX pins for UART communication. That's why if you are uploading any code into this Arduino, we need to we make sure that these pins are not connected to any other devices. So if they are connected, please remove them before uploading your code. So I just removed it and just clicking on this upload, it will upload the code. Someone asked me to, yeah, I'm copying this. Yeah, this is the code. Can go through. So it is done uploading. Now I'll connect this RX TX pins to my Arduino. See here, I'm connecting RX and TX. So see here, the RX pin for Bluetooth module which is connected to TX, because you are interchanging the information between RX and TX. So I'm just connecting RX of this Bluetooth module to the TX of this Arduino, because Arduino is transmitting the transmitted data from Arduino will be the received data of this this Bluetooth module, and the transmitted data from Bluetooth module will be the receiving data of this Arduino. So I just connected RX and TX, which are I interchanged them. So I'll show you. Yes. Open this. See here, is my both screens are visible to you? Yeah. See here, the RX TX pins. I'm interchanging the pins. I connected this RX of this Bluetooth module to the TX of this Arduino board. I'm interchanging the connections. Here I'm interchanging. I connected this red wire of this Bluetooth to the TX terminal. Am I clear? I'm interchanging the connection. So RX of Bluetooth is connected to the TX of this Arduino. TX of this Bluetooth connected to the RX of this Arduino. Again, we need to interchange. If you are connecting any GPS module, also any GSM module, need to interchange the connections. So both the devices will contain RX and TX pins. The GSM module TX will be connected to the Arduino RX. So transmitter will be connected to the receiver, and receiver connected to the transmitter. We need to interchange the wires. Am I clear? Yes, fine. So just connected. It is still blinking. That is, it is not connected to any Bluetooth device. Let us connect it. It is still blinking. So click on Bluetooth devices. So my device name is SC05. I'm just selecting it. So see here, the blinking is stopped. Like it is not blinking now. It is blinking for a time second only. Like it will blink for lesser duration. So it is also showing the device is connected. If I'm clicking on this fan on means I'm able to write broken pipe. Okay. So let us connect it again. It is not connected. It's not working. When I'm clicking on this not connected means it is not showing me device. show me before. Yeah, by scanning Bluetooth devices, we'll get the connection to Bluetooth, how it is connected. Let me show you that it is connecting. It is not showing me all the devices. So let me clear the background applications first. That's fine. Okay. So give me a second. I'll change my mobile so that can connect it. So give me a second. I'm just installing this app in another mobile. Let us check whether it is working or not. I'll just install this app in my mobile, the mobile that I'm using. Let us see. Let us see whether it is. Yes. So see here, it's that, here it is. So I'm opening it. So it is asking me to turn on the Bluetooth. Yes, it is turning on. Okay. So we need to pair it first. For pairing, so Bluetooth, go to the Bluetooth settings. Let me show you the camera also. So other devices. So I think it is the uh, is my voice is now audible? Yes. Please do respond. Is my voice now audible? Yes. Okay, fine. Thanks for the replies. So I just paired it. So let us open our app. This is our app, and clicking on this Bluetooth. So again showing the same thing. So this is the Bluetooth device here. Let's close this. So it should show the devices first. Clicking on this, it is not responding properly. So we need to click on this Bluetooth available devices, right? Yes, Bluetooth devices. Here it is not showing the devices. Let us check. See here the device is turned on. 604 and it is pairing. So let us try 0000. It should be paired to our mobile so that it will be displayed in the available devices list. Available devices, still it is not showing. Now it is paired, right? So let us go for so devices. It is in here. It is shown here. C04. It should stop blinking. Whether if it is connected, it will show you that it will stop blinking. It's not. Yeah. See here, the device is connected. I'm clicking on this fan on. It's not working. Light on. See here, the light is turned on, and the AC. The corresponding LED should be turned on, and the second LED is also turned on. The TV. I think there will be some LED issues here. See here, three LEDs are turned on, and this red LED is not turning on. Let us change this LED. Yeah, see here, the four LEDs are turned on. Yes, I'm turning on fan. Is turning off a single LED. Yes, if I'm turning on light off, the another second LED will be turned off. Light off. Yes. The corresponding LED will be turned off, and AC. The AC LEDs will be turned off. TV. Fan. I'm clicking on this main off means we need to turn off all the LEDs. So let us turn on all LEDs. So turn on all the LEDs. So am I clear? So let us turn off all. Clicking on this, so all the LEDs will be turned off. Am I clear? I think some transmission delays. It is taking some delays because of this signal transmission. And I'm using a lot of interfaces here. Like I have a Bluetooth speaker here, and also I have a Wi-Fi network and all the things. I think there is some signal distortion. So let us see whether it is taking time or not. So I clicked on this fan on, so it will be on. Light, yes, AC, yes, TV, yes, fine. So I'm clicking on this main off. All the devices will be turned off. Am I clear? So no issues with the delay also. Fan, light, AC, and TV. Yes. Okay, fine. Thanks. Someone is facing issues with this chart. It's okay, fine. It's not okay now. Am I clear? Done. So shall we make it another app, or else I'll go for next thing, like other tasks. If you want to give timing, you can give. Like if you want delay or something, you can give the delay also. Yeah, you can. If I turn on all the devices, I'm just disconnecting this. Means the devices won't be changes. Like I disconnected my Bluetooth device here. It won't be no work. Like the devices won't be turned off. Again, we'll connect this. So I connected this and click on this Bluetooth devices. 05. So Bluetooth devices is C05. So device connected. All the devices are turned on. I'm just making every device to turn off. Just clicking on this fan on, and light off, Like we'll put on the AC and TV. Am I clear? We are just using Bluetooth communication only here. We have to do a lot more. Like we need to interface these devices to a cloud, and we'll control the devices from cloud. I can control these devices from anywhere of this world. Like if you are using cloud means you can control them from anywhere in this world. Shall we proceed for next thing, or else we'll do another app like for sensor data, receiving some sensor data and all. If you want me to do that, I'll show you how to make another we are using here a Bluetooth application. So we'll create another Bluetooth applications for controlling for detecting the sensor values, for reading the sensor values and all. Shall we go and prepare make an app for that? Next program. So what about others? Shall we make another app, or also proceed for cloud like things? Among sensor values. Okay. What about others? The two replies here, that is someone is for next program, and another one is for set sensor values application. What about others? Next program. Okay. Cloud. Next one means what? What's it? Shall we create another app? Next one means cloud program. Okay. Let's go for cloud then. Before entering into cloud, we need to discuss about a single thing, a different board here. Is my voice is now audible now? Is my voice audible? Yes, yes. So before entering into cloud, we need to discuss about a single board, another board, that is NodeMCU or ESP8266 board. So see here, if you are connecting any microcontroller or any microprocessor, we need to have a connection between the cloud and our physical devices. So for establishing connection between cloud and our physical devices, we may use these communication protocols like Ethernet communication, like you can use this Bluetooth also for internet connection, and also you can use no, Wi-Fi also. So we don't have any simulation tools for this Wi-Fi. That's why I'm showing you the hardware that I have with me. So let me show you about that board. Trying to connect. Is my voice audible now? Is my voice audible? It's taking longer to load this space. I'll send this PPTs. Don't worry about that. By the end of this session, by the end of all the course. I'll share you the PPT. So this is the Node MCU board. Actually, I do have this board with me, the hardware. This is the Node MCU board. So it contains an internal Wi-Fi module, ESP66 module. You see here, it is the ESP8266 module, which is interfaced on this board. So the pin configuration is the same, like we do have the same pins like Arduino. So, but the number of pins may be different. Let me discuss about the pin configuration. So, if you are connecting any ESP8266 module with Arduino, we need to create a power source. Like we need to use this 3.3 volts power source. But Arduino pins, Arduino RX and TX pins works on 5 volts TTL logic, transistor logic. But while connecting this ESP8266 module to our Arduino, we need to create a 3.3 voltage RX and TX. For this, we need to have another circuitry for down in the voltage from 5 volts to 3.3 volts. So in this process, these ESP8266 modules may burn out. That's why there is another board called this Node MCU board, which is having this ESP8266 board, which is interfaced on this microcontroller. These are the pre-installed pre-interface microcontroller Node MCU. I mean pre-installed Wi-Fi module with this microcontroller. And coming to the price of this Node MCU module, it is around 400. So you can buy it for 400. And coming to the features, like the pin configuration, it do have total 8 data pins, 8 digital pins. Let me zoom it for you. Yes, see here we do have D8. It means, is my screen is visible to you? Oh yes. Is my screen is visible? Yes. See here, we do have 8 D8 pins. D8 means from D0 to D8, total 9 digital pins. So by using these 9 digital pins, you can read any digital data or you can write any digital data. All these 9 pins are PWM pins. Selection of these PWM pins. So there is no need for all these pins are PWM pins, so that we can write any analog data by using these all digital D9 pins. Total 9 pins. So you can use these 9 pins also. So the limitation here is only we do have only single analog pin, that is A0 here. ADC pin, analog to digital converter pin. For this Node MCU board, we do only have a single analog pin, so that we can read only single single data from an analog sensor, that is analog A0. So, but Arduino we do have 6 analog pins, so we can connect 6 analog sensors. But Node MCU we do only have single pin for analog to digital conversion, but that is analog A0 pin. Am I clear with the pins? Total 7 digital pins. You can read any digital data from these 7 digital pins, and also these 7 digital pins will be used as a digital read operation and also digital for digital write operation also. Am I clear? Yes. So it has pre-installed ESP8266 module, so there is no struggle for there is like interfacing this ESP8266 again. And also see here there is another configuration of pins here. Like up to now we only learned about these digital pins, but see here we do have another kind of notation here. Like yeah, same Arduino app will be useful, but we need to install the packages for this Node MCU. I'll show you how to install these packages in a coming session. I'll show you how to install the packages for this Node MCU, and you can also by using this Arduino app, you can also program these STM boards also, STM32 or STM Blue Pill boards and all, Blue Pill and Discovery boards by using this Arduino IDE. So, but for that we need to install some packages. I'll show you later. See here there is another notation here, that is GPIO 16 and GPIO 4, GPIO 4, GPIO 0, GPIO 2. These are general purpose input output pins. So if I'm using D0 pin means you need to specify the D0. You may specify that is D0, or else if you are using any cloud communication, the notation will be GPIO 16. So if you are connecting hardware to this D0 pin means it is connected to GPIO 16, general purpose input output 16 pin. Am I clear? So this is the cloud mode and this is the board mode. So if you are connecting any device to D1 means it is connected to GPIO 5. and D2 means it is connected to GPIO 4. Am I clear? Yes. See here, there is another notation also here, like RxD0, TXD0, RxD2, TXD2, and these are for UART communications. We do have three pairs of Rx and TX pins, like 0, 1, and 2, so that you can interface up to 3 devices, three serial devices for this node MCU board. Am I clear? Yes. See here, there is another kind of notation also there from GPIO 14, 12, and 13. SI, SO, and serial clock, serial data, and these pins are useful for SPI communication, serial peripheral interface. Yeah, is it serial communication, sir? It is serial communication. For if you are using this RxD means this is for serial communication. For parallel communication, this SPI communication and I2C communication comes under this parallel communication. Comes under this parallel communication. Make clear? And also see here GPIO 10 and GPIO 9 for two-way communication, that is I2C communication. And also these pins are also used for two-way communication. MOSI, multiple output, single input, multiple input, single output, serial data, serial clock, and all these pins are used for I2C communication. So it supports I2C communication, UART communication, two-way communication, and SPI communication. And also you can use this ESP8266 to this Adafruit account by using MQTT protocol, message queue telemetry transport. So am I clear for this board description? If you have any queries, you can ask me about this board. And it supports 2 GHz Wi-Fi network only. It won't be connected to 5 GHz network. Yeah, 2.4 GHz range. It supports only 2.4 GHz band of Wi-Fi network. It won't support for 5 GHz Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi range. Any queries left? Yes. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Signal strength limit. Are you asking about the range of this Wi-Fi module, or what about the signal strength? It supports 802 band. So what I'm sure Arduino, which is better? Good question. So if you are working on more number of analog sensors, if you have more than one analog sensors to be, you are using any sensor which are more than one. In that case, you can use this Arduino. But for interfacing ESP8266 module to this Arduino, it's a hectic process, because we need to create a 3.3 voltage source, and we need to create a TTL logic circuit also, transistor logic, for creating this 3.3 volts. In this process, you may burn off many ESP8266 module. But by using this, you can only connect a single analog sensor, but it is more stable when we compare with the Arduino, which is connected to ESP8266. But we need to install some packages for this board to be programmed by using Arduino IDE. Yes, any queries? Any other queries? Yeah, someone is having 8, 10, 10. Okay, we'll share this. Any sink is used for cooling? No, sir. No, there is a. No, I'll show you. There is a sink here, heat sink. It is only the sink which is available for this cooling purpose. There are no other sinks are available here. See here, it is the only thing we have in this board. Okay, fine. So we'll share this recorded session. Already I uploaded up to 8th and 9th, 10th videos in this Google Drive. I'll share you this Google Drive link in this chat box so that you can refer that. Yeah, this is the Google Drive link for all the recorded sessions. Please continue. Okay. Programmed by using this Arduino IDE. So I'll show you how this board will be environment. See here, if I'm clicking on this tools means, if I'm clicking on this board, it will show you the boards that are installed in this. In your system, it will show you up to Arduino Uno Wi-Fi, but it not show you this generic ESP8266 module, generic ESP8285 module, and Phoenix 1.0 and Phoenix 2.0, Node MCU version 1.0.9 and 1.0. If you want these packages to be installed in your Arduino IDE, see here, if I'm clicking on this file and go to preferences. So we need to add this link over here. Here this is the link for adding additional board manager link, additional board package link. So I'll share you this in chat window. So you need to add this link in your Arduino IDE in file. I'll repeat this again. Click on this file and click on this preferences and see here additional board manager URLs. Need to paste our link here. If I'm clicking on OK, means the link will be added, but the package is not downloaded. We need to download them. So click on tools again. If you once you added the preference link, click on this tools, and then click on the board. Click on this board manager. So it will update the list of board packages. Yes. So here I'm using the board name board which is Node MCU. If I'm clicking on this enter. It will show you the package link. It will show you this. Okay. Preferences. Click on OK, and then click on tools. Then board. Go to board manager. It will automatically fetches all the package list. Getting some errors there. Server point execution is okay. So it is connecting to the internet. Is my voice audible? Network is fine. So if the network is okay, it won't return you an error. Like see here, I'm getting a java.line null point exception. So if your network is clear, it won't updatable. Hold on, see. So ESP 8266. So this is getting an exceptional error. Let us close this and open it again. Is it? is not working. So if anyone is doing, please copy that link and add it to your preferences so that it will be added to your preference. And go to tools and then click on no. And in search box type this NodeMCU so that it will show you the packages link. I'm facing some issue with this Arduino app. It's automatically turned on. Let us download it again. Yeah, it is asking for me an update. Let's update it. Let us download an updated version. In Java, so for you also showing this Java null point exception, so that I think if there is problem with the version, need to update it. I think. So I think please update this Arduino IDE app. Let us see whether it is getting resolved or not. So others, please do copy that link in your preferences and add that link in your preference box. And also go for this, click on these tools and go on and select this board and then board manager. And there will be an option called for search. Please search for this package, that is ESP8266, or you can search it for NodeMCU also. NodeMCU, it will show you the packages list. So the select a package and install it. I'm facing errors with this Arduino IDE. So that meanwhile I'll explain this ThingSpeak, and let us program. Let us go for this ThingSpeak cloud. I'll show you how to work on this ThingSpeak. See, this ThingSpeak is an it's a IT cloud. We can say that it's more than a cloud because it's an IT data analytics with all these MATLAB properties. Let me show you. Yeah, ThingSpeak. The ThingSpeak is actually more than a cloud, and it is also an IoT cloud, and it's because of this MathWork and MATLAB properties, we can do IT data analysis, and also by using ThingSpeak cloud, we can do IT data analysis by using this ThingSpeak cloud also. And it is an open IT cloud platform that provides all the MATLAB capabilities for doing analytics and make it real, easy to write and read data from this cloud. And also it is free, and we need to purchase some features also, like if you want to start an SNS service, simple notification service, or else if you want to make this visualized data to control all other devices, you need to buy some other features. But more features are free. They are open source. With the things like MATLAB and you can MATLAB coding and React features, this actually allows you to do a lot of data processing and logic right on the cloud with less coding, probably less coding. By using this ThingSpeak, the coding, like we are using this NodeMC means you can code it less. Like there are very few instructions for coding, for uploading any data, retrieving any data from this ThingSpeak. There are a lot of great tools are available for visualizing the data. I'll show you this. Let us open this ThingSpeak website. Happening in this, I can clearly explain you what's happening. So you can mail it, you can log in through your mail ID. You click on this get started for, or else you can click on this profile. So here, see here, I pasted this in my PPT. Yeah. It's not showing any login button here. Sign. Yeah. So click on this mail. I'm just clicking on this one. If you don't have any account, you can create it, so that I can send the data from hardware, from my hardware to your cloud. So if you don't have any account, you can create it. I don't know whether my password is correct or not. Yes, it is correct. A lot of things before. It's fine. Is my screen is visible to you? I'm just showing how it is working, how it will work. See here, I just created this patient health and monitoring system before. These are the field charts. Like it allows you to create a data analytics for us. Like I'm publishing the data here. Here I published the heart rate here. So it is already created. Yeah, it will analyze your data and creates a map for you, creates a graph for you. So I created this before. Like let me show you this home modem. You can control the devices also. Yeah, I created it 14 days before. So it is fluctuating between 0 and 1. 0 for turning off condition, 1 is for turning on, 0 for turning off, 1 for turning on. So that we can retrieve the data from here, and also we can publish the data. So here click on my channels. I'll explain you everything once with hardware. Don't worry. I just want you to show how it is displaying the data. What it created here. And created like anything here. Okay, it is downloaded. I'm uninstalling the previous version. Don't worry about this. I'll show you again about this ThingSpeak. First thing I need to show you how these NodeMC packages are installed in our Arduino IDE. I just want you to show that first. If you have any possibility, buy this NodeMC board and any other any sensor, like you can use this LDR also, or else any DHT11 or any ultrasonic sensor, or you can buy this. If availability, you can buy this BMP 180 sensor if possible, or else I'll show you how it is working, how to connect all these things with different clouds. My main theme here is to introduce more and more clouds. So we'll discuss about ThingSpeak and then we'll discuss about Blink, and then Adafruit. If there is any possibility, I'll discuss this Google Firebase also and AWS also. So let us start with this ThinkSpeak. Before that, I want you to show this package installation in Arduino. Just updated this. Again the same error. I think the error is reference. There is problem with my Arduino ID. I'll resolve it. Meanwhile, I just show you how to sign in through this ThinkSpeak. How many of you got create an account in this ThinkSpeak Cloud? How many of you created an account in this? Or else I'll show you how to create an account in this. Now I'll show you how to create a channel here, and also how to create API keys, and I'll show you how to create all this stuff. Please do respond if already created, it's okay. If not created, I'll show you how to create an account. Created but not opening. Please go through. So I'll just log out of this account. I'll sign out of this account. So let's start it for free. And see here, I don't have an account. I'm just clicking on this create a new one. I didn't create it with my official mail ID. I'll just show you how to create. So this is my mail ID. And the location, we're in India, right? India, and the first name. Surety. So clicking on continue means. So there is an authentication sent to my mail. You need to verify that. Yes, we need to verify our mail ID before signing into our account. We need to verify it. So it has all the capabilities of MATLAB. You can visualize the data. You can run any machine learning algorithms in it, and all. Continue. Click on this continue. So it asks you to create a password for this. So I'm creating my password. It's a case sensitive. It contains an uppercase letter and a lowercase letter and a special character and a number also. So based on that, I'm giving the password here. At least one character. One is continue. So I need to accept this. Yes. So it asks you to how you are using this ThinkSpeak. So for commercial work, it is including some research, and you can click on this teaching or research in school or personal non-commercial use. If you are clicking on this commercial use, means it asks you for some payment, because it will unlock you the different other features. So you just stick for this non-commercial projects. So You may use a student account also, or you can click on this teaching or research tool. I'm creating it as a personal non-commercial project for non-commercial projects. Click on OK. See here, this is the home page. I think everybody is getting this. Please do respond if everybody is getting this page, so that I'll show you how to create a channel and how to create API links for that and all. So Ordinate is not working fine. I'll resolve this and get back to you tomorrow about this. And meanwhile, I'll show you how to create a thing in this, how to create a channel. So here, see here, for any non-commercial accounts, there is a limitation that we can create only 4 channels for a single account. So more than that 4 channels, it won't allow you to create more channels, more than that 4 channels. Am I clear? Please do respond. Everybody getting this space? Yes. What about others? Fine. So click on this new channel. It asks you for name of the channel. So you can give any name. I'm giving IoT. This is batch 4 for me. That's right. IoT batch 4. Description. It's up to you. You can give any description. That is anything. Some random. Text. See here, these are the field values. So if you are transmitting any sensor data, it will be stored in these fields. So you can change this field label, but you can't change this field value. Is it okay? You can. This is the default field name here. So you can't change this field names here, but you can assign a name for this field. Field 1, you can assign a name like I'm assigning name as temperature. So the field 1 is given with the name temperature. You can't change these field values. So for any channel, we can feed up to 8 sensor data. You can feed up to 8 field values. So whether it is temperature, if you want this to be activated, just click on that. And the second thing is humidity. And the third thing, you can write pressure and all. So you can use up to 8 sensor values. You can use up to 8 fields here for a single channel. And also metadata for any website web application based things, you can give this metadata tag here. And also if you are linking this data from the ThingSpeak to another external site, you can link it through the site link. And if you are linking to other sites, you must be verified with this SSL certificate. If you are not secured your website, means it won't allow you to publish take data from this website, from this ThingSpeak cloud. And also if you want to log this data to a GitHub account, you can link up this GitHub repository, create a repository in GitHub, and you can link this GitHub repository to this ThingSpeak cloud. And also channel location, if you want this channel location, you can it can show you like latitude and longitude. If you want this all the values to a video, you can click this. So it automatically uploads the video to the link that you provided here. And show status, if you want it, you can select this. So if I'm clicking on this save channel, means it will create a new channel with 3 field values. The field 1 for temperature, field 2 for humidity, and field 3 for pressure. And also the channel location. It will show you the channel location here in the 4th field. Am I clear? Yes. And also we need to link up this channel with our hardware, right? So for that we do have these API keys here. So this is the API key for writing operation. If you are writing any data from your hardware, you need to use this API key. If you are reading data from this website, this cloud, you need to use this read API key. And also you can get API request by using channel field. I think it is visible to you. For write channel, if you are writing any data to this field dynamically, you can use this. If you want to read this, you can use this. See here, it is updating the field values to field 1. Let me show you this. Let me copy this. So I'm changing the field value. So it is the right thing. I'm changing the value to 1. I'm clicking. Yes. So it is returning the value, and I'll show you this in graph. So go to private view. So the field 1 value is generated here. Am I clear? See here, the value 1 is created here. So I'll change the value field 1 to 55. Yes. See here, the value will be changed from 0 to 255. Am I clear? So that you can change the field values to I'm changing the field value of field 2 value. So I'm clicking field 2 value, and the value is maybe 4. So it will be the field 2 value will be updated. Let us reload this. See here, the field 2 value will be created here, right? So by hardware, we are changing the values here, like field 2 values or field 3 values. You can change the field 3 values also. So let us make it to 1. I'm clicking enter. So I'm writing the data here to these fields. So see here, the pressure value is created 1. Am I clear? So by using this hardware, we are using this link, which is the write API key and the field value. This is the field value. So which field you are going to update the value, you need to use this write API key followed by the field name and its value. Am I clear? So we are going to write program if you are updating any sensor values to. What is the application of this ThingSpeak application? So see, if you are getting any sensor data, if you want to visualize them throughout the world. So if you want the values of your living room, you want to observe those values from your office, you can use this ThingSpeak. Or not only your office, you can visualize the data entire in this world. Because if you are having this login credentials with you, so simply log in through your account, it will update to your ThingSpeak cloud. And also you can control any other devices. Like I'm changing here data. I'm writing the data to this field, so you can read these field values in our hardware. Based on that values, you can control devices, and also you can visualize any data by using this ThingSpeak cloud also. And you can make some SNS services also, simple notification services based on the values which are generating from this ThingSpeak, from sensors which are uploading to this ThingSpeak. You can visualize and you can control the data, and you can react for the data also. Am I clear? That's fine. In tomorrow session, I'll show you how to publish the data from using this NodeMCU module to this ThingSpeak cloud, and I'll also show you how to retrieve data from this ThingSpeak. So I'll show you how to write the data, and also how to read the data from this ThingSpeak. Am I clear? Yes, please do respond. Am I clear? If there any possibility, please purchase this NodeMCU module with you, and I'll post a link for adding preferences and downloading these packages in WhatsApp group. So you can refer that link and you can download the packages. That's fine. Okay then. So the time is 11:59. I'm ending the session. Sorry for the inconvenience created today, because I'm facing a lot of issues with my softwares. I'll resolve them. I'll try to resolve them and come back to you tomorrow session. And if there are any queries or any questions left, you can ask me. Fine. Thank you. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Sir, in Arduino website, there is an update option called there is zip file. See here, if you are downloading the zip file means the entire package will be downloaded. So there is no need for installing. Here I am using this application package exe file. I can simply update it, but I downloaded it again. Yes, it will work. You can simply copy entire contents from the zip file to your Arduino documents in your Arduino documents. Like there is a folder called document Arduino in your documents. Need to copy the entire things from the zip file to your Arduino folder in your documents so that it will update all the packages. Yes. Okay, so right. Yeah, I'll share the link for adding packages. Yeah, it is IT Windows. So this is the entire package list. So there is no installation required. So you can simply copy that folder and you can simply run it. So we are using here a exe file. That's why I'm downloading it again. Any other queries? Any queries left? See here, I pasted this Google Drive link in chat box. You can go through that link. You can find all the recorded session videos. We already pasted the link in this chat window. So shall I end this session? Okay, so thank you. I'm ending this session. Thanks for your feedbacks. Have a nice day. Bye.